Hey guys, welcome back. So, this is a video that I've been meaning to make for a while that I just keep forgetting to make, so I finally sat down and made my list, so now I'm gonna make the video. But first, I want to address this. I am well aware that my scalp is still dyed red. Listen, my whole scalp, you see my scalp? It's red. It's red right now, and it's gonna take like one more good shampoo to get it off my scalp, and I'm well aware of that. That's why I dyed my hair a few days before Atlanta Pet Fair, because I knew I'd probably need one good scrub. Here's the thing that I'm going to tell you about that nobody asked to hear about. My hair was like getting too like orangey and not fun for my taste, so I did a different color this time. And I really like it, and somebody's probably going to ask me what it is. So it's the Ion Permanent Brights. Let me go grab the box. So this is the box. It's the Permanent Brights. You mix it with a 10 volume developer. I did it on my new growth first and let that sit for like 10-15 minutes, and then I pulled it through my ends and let it sit for another like 10 to 15 minutes. So I just did that to freshen it up, and I used a 10 volume because I didn't really need anything stronger than that. I just needed it, first of all, to process because this oxidizes. So yeah, but I know it dyed my scalp, and normally the other Ion doesn't dye my scalp, but that's okay because I actually really like how this color came out, so I'm not that mad about it. But it's like everybody always has to point out when I dye my scalp, like I don't fucking see it. Trust me, girl, I know it's there. It'll be gone next time I shampoo my hair, so don't worry. Again, nobody asked, but let's get into the video. I want to list out the facial shampoos that I've tried, the things that I have lined up to try, and if I haven't listed or named your favorite shampoo and you want me to try it, let me know. I'll add it to my list of things to try. And then I'm going to try to name some of the things that I won't try, and I'm going to tell you like how to like know whether I'm going to try it or not. I'll make it all make sense in a minute. So let's start with the stuff that I have tried. So the first thing I can really remember using in the grooming salon was the Tropiclean Lavish Facial Shampoo. I guess I'm going to have to, this video is going to require some real editing. I'm going to have to pop it up right here. So the Tropiclean Lavish Facial Shampoo, that was the first one I tried. That's like everybody's like tried and true. I think a lot of corporate places use it. That's the first time I ever had experience with bathing, period. It was when I was working at Camp Bow Wow. I was daycare employee, but you could groom your own dogs using like the bathing stuff there if you wanted to. That was like a perk of working there. So the first one I ever tried was that Tropiclean Blueberry whatever, and I mean, I thought it did a decent job, but it was the first thing I used. So it's like, eh. And I actually don't know if they list their ingredients. Somebody let me know. Is it on their bottle? And it shouldn't, if it says like a proprietary blend or a gentle blend, if you see the word like blend, it's probably not listing ingredients. So that's what I look for. If they don't list their ingredients, I don't want to know about it. So yeah, Tropiclean I have tried. That's the one. Every time I ask people what they use for facial, that's usually the number one thing that people say. So people do like it. I don't know if they list their ingredients. Maybe I'll check it out at Atlanta. So the next thing that I remember trying is the South Park Blueberry Facial, the Blueberry Girls. I've taken a class by them. They're actually really good at what they do, and they talk a lot. They did a class I took on doggy daycare and how to set your shop up if you're going to do doggy daycare or if you're high volume shop or have a lot of dogs coming in and out. It was a really good class. So if you see any classes that they do that the Blueberry Girls that is daycare based, they really know their stuff on that, so I highly recommend them. And as for the facial, it was another like okay one for me. So let me go ahead and put this disclaimer out here that I have not been a fan of like the berry thing. I got burnt out on it really quick, and I'm not a fruity scent kind of person anyway, especially when it comes to like hair stuff. I really like a nice scent, like I don't know how to explain it, but like, you know, when you smell like professional, you know, human shampoos like Redkins and Paul Mitchell's and stuff like that, they have like this like luxurious scent to it. That's more what I like, less like fruity. So blueberry makes me think like little kid shampoo, and little kid shampoo makes me think that it doesn't clean very well. So like, I don't know, that's what my brain associates it with, so that's why I'm not a huge fan of the blueberry. So as far as like this South Park Blueberry Facial, again, I thought it did a pretty good job. there was like an issue with like I think their surfactant blend or something in the past, but I have heard that their new formula is better. So if you've used it in the past and didn't like it, you know, you may like it if you use it again. Again, this is not what I use because I'm not a blueberry type person, but I think all in all, from what I hear current day and from what I remember when I used it, it was a decent blueberry facial shampoo. Okay, so the next thing is the Hydra Extra Soft, what's it called? The Extra Soft Facial, whatever it's called. So that one, and I love Hydra, and it's very rare that I find something I don't like from Hydra, but it's not my favorite. It doesn't clean the way that I want it to. It's just, it doesn't do it for me. And I get that one recommended a lot too, anytime I ask people what facials they use. I've done a couple times on my Instagram stories, I've asked people like, hey, what facial shampoo do you like and why? And I get that one recommended every time, and it's not for me. I don't think it's a bad shampoo for somebody else, but it's just maybe not for me. I'm not the biggest fan of it. But the next thing on my list is the Show Season Foam pump thing. It's like in a yellow bottle. I'll put it up here. But that one I reviewed in my what's it called? My products I've used up video, and I mean it was like okay. I don't know that I'm gonna buy it again. It was just a solid okay. And you know what? I think my stupid ass actually threw the bottle away. So if I wanted to buy it again, I'd have to buy the bottle and the product. So chances are I'm probably not gonna buy that again. Well, no, I could put it in my Why Bitch bottle, because that's later on the list. Well, we'll talk about it now. Why Bitch, they don't list their ingredients, at least not on their bottles, and I've got to go look. I'm going to pay attention at the trade show and see if they have their ingredients listed, because I don't like that. I also don't like that it's, like, hypoallergenic, non-scented. I'm not a non-scented type of person. I love a good scent, so... it does lather well though, and if you aren't a scent person, then it might be good for you, but just keep in mind, like, nothing is truly unscented. They add something that, like, basically takes away the scent whenever they call something unscented. So, like, my friend Jilly, she's allergic to, like, what the ingredient that they use to make something non-scented, so just keep that in mind. Non-scented does not necessarily mean it's, like, cleaner, which is what a lot of people think, because they're like, oh, if it's unscented, then there's no fragrance in it. And there essentially still is a fragrance in it, because they're using something to, like, mask the other smells, because all these products or, like, all these ingredients they're mixing together, like, is going to make a smell of some sort. So to make it completely unscented, they have to add something to it to mask the scent. Okay, just a little disclaimer. Next on my list is Nature's Specialty Plum Crazy. I have a whole video about why I won't use that shampoo, so if you're interested, go watch the truth about Nature's Specialty, like why I won't use Nature's Specialty video. I talk about it in there. But unfortunately, that is the best scented and best performing facial shampoo I've ever tried, but I just will not use a company that won't disclose ingredients, and Nature's Specialty does not think that's important, so I won't use that shampoo. If they ever decide to release their ingredients, then you'll probably see me using Nature's Specialty and talking about them, but until that day, I'm not going to recommend Nature's Specialty, so bummer, because I do think they make good products. I just wish they could tell us what's in it, so that way people with allergies would know, like, I was talking to Shona, Bonjour Toilet, I'm going to butcher it, but she's on Instagram, and we were talking about that, and Cocamito propylbutane is a coconut-derived surfactant, and people with coconut allergies can react to it, so, and it's like, it'll be like a rash, like, it's not like they're gonna, like die, or hopefully, I mean, and maybe if they had a severe, allergy to it, they could, but, like, oftentimes what I'm seeing is, like, their hands react to it. My nails are red from the shampoo and all that. I wear gloves, but whenever I'm shampooing and I do my, temporary, like, my shampoo that's red tinted, it will dye my fingernails sometimes. So anyway, I forgot where I was going now. Anyway, I was talking to her about that, about how, like, they have, like, the coconut surfactant. But anyway, that's why we need to disclose ingredients. Like, long story short, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I saw a car, and, you know, anyway, my brain, it's, like, all over the place sometimes. But that's why you need to disclose ingredients, because, like, Cocamito propylbutane is something that is in a lot of the stuff I use, and I don't mind it. I think it works well. But if you have a coconut allergy, then you can't use it. So it's not like when we say that we want ingredients listed, it's not because like we're just like trying to roast your ingredients. It's literally so that people don't have allergic reactions. So anyway, just my 2 cents real quick. So the next thing on the list is the Dog Fashion Spa Blueberry Facial. Again, it's a blueberry. For me, it lathered okay. I just never got the clean that I wanted from it, and the scent is just, it's blueberry. It's better than the other blueberries, I'll say, scent-wise, but I didn't think it lathered that great or did anything that great. So the next thing is the Warren London Cucumber Melon Foam Facial thing. So I used to take my dogs between grooming jobs. Like whenever I was like looking for a job, I would take my dogs to a self-wash place, and they always had that Warren London Cucumber Melon. I would use like half the bottle, and I really felt like it never got like Luna clean, for example. Like it was like, I don't know, it just did not clean the way I wanted it to. The next thing on here is a Spree. They have like a blueberry facial. Again, everybody has a fucking blueberry facial, and I'm pretty sure Spree does not list ingredients. So it's another one that's just a solid okay. Like, I mean, if that's what your shop uses, it's not the worst. But like, if I have a choice, then yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. Anyway, so that's all the things that I can remember off the top of my head that I have actually tried already. So the things that I have or am going to buy to try is Quadruped. I actually already have the Quadruped facial shampoo. I'm just using the Y Bitch right now, but once I use up the Y Bitch, I'm going to switch to the Quadruped and see how I like that. But I can already say I don't like how it smells, so Quadruped is not there on the smells. The next thing that I want to try is the iGroom facial. That one on a lot of grooming forums right now, whenever facial shampoos, especially on that Shampoos of the grooming industry group, that iGroom facial is coming up like all the time now. Like every time I see somebody's like, what facial shampoo do you guys recommend? I see like 10 people there, like the iGroom one. So that's the one that I'm probably going to pick up in Atlanta. And then the other thing is that Special Effects brand. I've been seeing that a lot recently. Isn't that what it's called? Special Effects. It's like a white bottle, and then it'll be like purple or like yellow or something. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. So I'm going to go when I'm in Atlanta, and I've got to see if that has ingredients listed. So the things that I won't use is anything where the ingredients aren't listed. So that's going to be like Envirogroom, Le Pooch, I've heard. They don't list ingredients. Who else? A Nature Specialty, I mean, you know, anywhere like that, like anything that you look at and it's like, oh, a surfactant blend or a purified blend or a proprietary blend, I'm not interested in trying that. I really don't think that we should encourage companies to not post their ingredients, like, because if we act like it's okay and we keep buying it, then they're going to obviously keep making it that way, and they don't see the big deal because it's easy for them to just brush off and be like the famous thing is like, oh, like they, like other people will steal our formula or whatever. Like an ingredient list is not a formula. It's not even measurements in an ingredient list. It's like, it just literally says like, you know, what is in there. And honestly, in the shampoo and the grooming industry group, there's a girl in there, I think her name is Christine, I can't remember, something Reynolds. Oh, hold on, I've got her screenshotted. She deserves a proper shout out because she really knows what she's talking about, and she's had Le Pooch tested. So like you can literally go to a lab, like, so like if that was their argument that they didn't want other companies to get their products, like other companies could like still go get it and take it to a lab and see what's in it if they really wanted to. So they're not even really, they're hiding it from the consumer, the people that we are using it every day on our clients, and we are exposed to it more than anybody. So it's really a problem that like they think like it's not a big deal to list ingredients, like when we're the ones most exposed to it. So if somebody has a coconut allergy, they need to know if cocamidopropyl propylbutane is in their shampoos. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's Kirstine R. Reynolds. She's an admin of the shampoo Shampoos and the Grooming Industry group on Facebook. And it's a really, really good group if you are wanting to know more about shampoos. Also, if you have questions about shampoos, there's a lot of really helpful people in this group that I see that constantly, like, they'll comment on everything. So if you have something you're, like, truly curious about, like, you can go to this group and ask questions. I've seen most people in this group are very kind. It's, like, more of an educated discussion, whereas, you know, a lot of Facebook groups are, it's like, you know, you ask a question and people, like, slam you for, like, random shit. You know what I mean? So it's not like that. I've seen that it's definitely a more educated conversation in this group. So I really enjoy this group. These are the products I've tried. I'm really excited to try that eye groom shampoo because everybody's just like raving about it. But I'm gonna go ahead and purchase it, but I'm gonna try to wait to use it until I've used up what I have because I'm worried if I end up like obsessed with this and this is like my new ride or die, I will never use up the rest of what I have. I promise you I will never touch it. If I find something I like, I don't even like to experiment with other things. Like once I have that like solid thing, I'm like, no, I'm not trying anything else unless it's amazing. So, you know, that's just the way I am. So I might wait to actually use the eye groom until a little bit after. Like I'll probably use up the Y bitch first because like I said, otherwise I'm never going to use it up and I'll just end up giving it away and it's like a waste of money. So either way, well, I don't know if somebody else uses it. Look at me trying to like convince myself because like I'm already sitting here thinking like, well, like there's like a shop in my area that like my friend works at and like I just give them all my shit that I don't want. If there's like stuff that I've been given or whatever stuff that I bought that I don't use, I just like go give it all to them and I'm like already sitting here thinking like, well, I could give them that quadruped and the Y bitch I have. Like I don't need it. And I was like, oh my god. See, I'm already like, oh, I want this eye groom because I have to say I've been pretty happy with eye groom so far. Been pretty happy with it. Some things I will say are hit or miss. Like I really like their leave-in stuff better than like their shampoos so far, but like their shampoos are still like pretty good and they list ingredients, so I'm happy. But I do want to try that facial shampoo because everybody's raving about it and I'm really interested. So anyway, like I said, I've just been wanting to make this video because I talk about facial shampoos a lot and that's been the hardest thing for me to find in the grooming industry. Finding something that smells good and cleans good and lists their ingredients has been a pain in the ass. And I'm just trying to get something to get... my favorite breed to groom is Yorkies, and their heads are so greasy, and I need a good shampoo because I'm not going to put Dawn on there. Don't you dare. Don't you dare put Dawn on those ears. No, ma'am. So... and if you're wondering, you're like, what? I have a whole video on Dawn, and it's like called like Dawn in the grooming salon. Look at this whole video is just gonna be me shouting out my other videos. But yeah, so I have a video on Dawn too. So anyway, I'm just looking for a good shampoo that can actually clean that stuff, make it look good, so that my dogs go home clean and I'm happy. Because if I still feel like they're greasy after I'm done shampooing them, then I'm frustrated. So anyway, I've got to go to a meeting because I'm finishing up everything I need to do for the van so that I'm ready whenever it gets here. This is somehow the first video you've seen of mine, I'm buying a mobile van. I've bought it and it's being built and it should be coming to me in the next few weeks, so I've got to make sure I'm fully prepared for it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry I rambled. I usually do. That's just the person I am. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the next one. Bye!